My name is Cheryl Giballa, and I was run over by a car when I was 4. Then I was in a rollover car accident when I was 17. And that started my back problems. And so I had pain for years, went to many doctors, and didn't get much relief, if any. And finally, when I was 26, I was in agony and went to this orthopedic surgeon, and he gave me muscle relaxers and told me to go to bed for a week. While I was laying in bed, I coughed and I herniated my disc. I had more pain than I ever could imagine. Could not breathe, could not move, could not do anything, could not get out of bed, obviously. So they put me in traction for 2 weeks. That was back in the 70s, and that's what they did for back pain. And after 2 weeks, the pain was gone, but they did this test of my nerves, and they said that there was still pressure on my nerve, and I had numbness in my foot. I didn't even realize that I had numbness. So they told my husband, the surgeon told my husband, if I didn't have surgery, I would develop a permanent limp. So that scared me and made me go for the surgery. So back then, in the 70s, having surgery, back surgery, you were in the hospital for 2 weeks. It was major, major surgery. So once they got in there to take care of the herniation, they found out that my discs were totally degenerated above and below. And so they decided to fuse L4, L5, S1 together. So naturally, as a result of that fusion, that part of my back doesn't move. So that put pressure above and below. And it didn't fix the problem. Still, you know, when I would sit for any extended period of time or stand too much, I would still have back pain. So my life was compromised as a result. Well, I did exercise. I like to exercise, and it felt good, so I did exercise, and it helped. But I could never predict when I would wake up in the morning and I would not be able to get out of bed. My husband had to physically lift me out of bed and take me into the bathroom and put me into the tub so that I could move. So finally, when I was in my late 30s, I was in a rollover car. I was in a head-on collision. And so then, naturally, that exacerbated my back pain. So I went to have more tests done, and they did an MRI. And they said that I had degenerated discs, spinal stenosis, and so my doctor said, well, you're not getting any younger. And I said, no, that's not the answer. You know, I was in my late 30s. So a girlfriend of mine told me about a friend of hers who only got relief from his back pain from Pilates. And he never heard of Pilates, so I Googled it, went on the internet, found a place near me that taught Pilates, and started going 3 times a week for privates. And I immediately loved it because it explained why I was having back pain and that I could do something about it. All my life, I never knew what I could do to fix my back. I mean, intuitively, you figure out, well, if I move my back, when my back would hurt and it would start to grip, I would move my spine and move my pelvis, and it would help to keep it from locking up. So I started Pilates and loved it, and it took a few months before I got off the ibuprofen that I took every day of my life. I felt so much better. It was just amazing to me that all of my life, I've suffered for needlessly with this back pain. So I decided immediately to get certified, and you know, within a couple of years, I opened my own studio, and I just love what I do. I would work for the rest of my life because I just love going to work every day. Love the people that I work with, and I love being able to give back what I got. So the exciting thing is I turned 60 in January, and I decided to do a triathlon with my daughter. So I started running in January. I had to learn how to swim because I never learned how to swim as a child. I'm still not very good at it, but I was able to do the triathlon and started biking, started training for this triathlon, which I did in May. And I was very excited at the age of 60 to complete my first triathlon. So I feel like I can do anything I want to do, that Pilates enables me to have any sort of life that I choose. And it gives me the confidence to know that if I want something enough, that I can do it.